Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. Here. We're going to get you the picks here from the Monday Night Football and the makeup days and the doubleheader here with the Mets and the Braves. That was a little tricky here. We're going to cover that for you here on the show. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Be alerted when we're live on the show because we get right to the picks. We get right to business here. Before we're going to introduce the cappers today. Rod, how's it going?
It's going definitely one of those days. Can't complain. I had I think I went 3-4 in the NFL yesterday. Finished strong. Had Baltimore. Nice win there for the Ravens. Definitely the Ravens are starting to turn it around. Good old Henry. You're actually starting to use Henry. That was the big difference in that game. And then how about them Suns? The Suns with the outright of the Lynx. Going to make it a series in that one. Those two teams always comes right down to that last bucket. Who's got the ball last? And didn't disappoint in that series at all. And the Liberty, well, the Liberty looking like the Liberty. Like they've done all season long, winning by 10+.
That's right. The big one there. I was looking at that one. It was interesting there. A victory there. Spike Lee trying to get don't just calm down, Spike. Don't wake up the losing team, please.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't get him mad. But what's happening?
Hey man, had a tough loss, man. In my WNBA play, had that under 163.5, crept over about a half a point, man. Devastating loss right there. But I still had no Baltimore Ravens last night. They rise, so okay day, man. But it could have been a little bit better. But it is Monday. New day, trying to make some new money, man. Let's get it.
That's right. New money there. I'm coming off a 4-0 day, and I'm upset because I left games on the table. I should have had the Bears. I was too chicken to take the Bears. I mean, the injuries, it was one of the widest injury margins you're going to see in the season here. I've just come to the conclusion here, the Rams cannot beat any healthy team. And just to go against a healthy team, and it's a lost season for the Rams. That's just how I look at it. Yes, they can beat a Niners team because they were injured there. And, of course, Harbaugh with the punts. I know a lot of folks upset about that in that game. But they covered the spread for the spread players out there. They did get the spread number there. Competitive, but that's Harbaugh football. It's going to be boring, but keep you in the game. And that's how
straight unders?
Yeah, 6 straight unders. That's how it is. That's how you keep your job in the NFL. So looking forward to baseball playoffs tomorrow, but we got playoff type baseball today. And like I said, we don't waste time here. We get right to the picks. So make sure you guys join. For those of you that join us early, we do this for you. We're not going to wait for people to get here early. We start on time for you guys. We get right to the picks for you guys. Let's get right to the picks here. Doubleheader here between the Braves and the Mets today. If all these teams, if they split, they both go in. If one team gets swept, then Arizona goes into the playoffs. That's pretty much the scenario here. We got game 1 and game 2. We start here with Rob.
I read an article last night about these two teams that they looked at each other. They made a phone call and said, "Hey, if you forfeit game 1, I'll forfeit game 2, and then we both get a win. We both get a win, and Arizona will be out." So Arizona, you're hoping for a miracle because whoever wins this first game is the second game. They're not going to start anybody. Their starter, they're the good relievers will sit there. They'll put the bums of the bums out there once you get that win. So it's really, I'm sorry, but I think Arizona. I think you are really hard pressed to make the playoffs. I don't see one of these teams jumping up and winning both of these. So these are going to feel like a playoff game. And you look at the first game, game 1, Schwellenbach on the mound for the Braves. And, man, he's been dealing. And he's been dealing against the Mets in 2 games this season versus the Mets. He's just mowed him down. The Braves have won both. So on the other side for the Mets, we got McGill going. And McGill stepped it up over his last few starts, looking like an ace. So I think we got a pitcher's duel early in this one. And it continues throughout the whole game. I think 1st to 3 wins this ball game. So give me the under 7.5 in game 1 because this is going to be exactly tense, tight, feeling like a playoff game. Give me the under 7.5.
Under 7.5 there from Rod. In game 2, you're just looking at the winner, the loser to win.
At game 2, yeah. Whoever wins game 1, I'm going to bet on the whoever the loser is in that game 1.
Yeah. Okay, there we go from Rod. Makes sense to me. Run over to Bo.
Yeah, man, I agree with everything Rod just said. I think it's going to be a pitcher duel in this first game. And I also think the Braves going to get this first win, man. Schwellenbach, last 2 starts against the Mets, 14 innings worth of work, only 1 run allowed. Last time he faced him was 7 innings, 3 hits, only 1 run allowed. and his last 19 innings with the work, only giving up 4 runs. So think the Braves will get this first win. You know, they know how to do this, man. They've been there, done that. So think they get the first job done. I also like the under as well. And I agree with you guys. Yeah, the team that loses game, I like for them to win the next one.
Yep, I can see that as well. I like the under here, game 1 here, the Mets and the Braves here. McGill's allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 5 of his past 6 starts. I just don't know how these pitchers are going to handle this type of pressure. That's the only thing. We haven't seen him in this type of situation. Right. But there's no pressure because if you lose, you can win game 2 and get in. So it's not one of those type situations there where it's full pressure. I think the loser, the team who loses knows that they're at a big advantage in game 2. Atlanta bullpen has been really sharp over their past 10 games. ERA 1.74. The Mets bats not really hitting very well right now here, hitting 200 over their past 7. But there's a lot of under trends here. The Mets 8-3 to the under behind McGill in his past 11 on the road. Atlanta 8-2 to the under behind Schwellenbach at home. And the Braves, they're not favored here 150 here, so that trend doesn't work. Well, it can apply here. They've been high. You look at their numbers at home this year; they've been going under a lot. So I like the under in this one, and I'm with you guys here. I would look for the loser here of game 1 to win game 2, and I'll have them by the run line. Again, as Rod says, the best arms are going to sit. It's going to be probably their call-ups, whoever they called up from. Remember, also too in a doubleheader, you're also able to call up a guy, right? In a doubleheader. So Elder, maybe we're going to see Elder for the Return of the Elder. He's the guy you always see. Return of the Elder was a flop. That album was a flop, probably caused him to break up there if you go back in rock history. But I think we might see one of the call-up guys coming into this spot. And again, the only hope you have for Arizona, I hate to say this, but if you're Arizona, you have to root for some sort of brawl in game 1. Where there's a beanball that's out there fighting each other, and they're so pissed off they want to win in game 2.
That team out, right? That one of these teams where they really hate each other, and like, I'm going to beat you. You're going to be the team that's out. Right?
So the only hope for Arizona is to see a brawl in game 1. So that's the only hope you have, and that's what you got to hope for. But definitely, I see it too. I see both these teams advancing in this one, only because of the whole funky situation. But for your Arizona Diamondbacks to be the first to admit, you only have yourselves to blame. You really do. Yeah.
Oh, man. Kind of plenty of opportunities to you had it all in your hand and you just tossed it away.
Yeah.
You couldn't even beat the junior varsity team Padres. You did yesterday, congratulations, but you didn't do it on Saturday when it really counted the most.
Yep. Arizona has only themselves to blame there, so that's how it goes. We gave baseball the stage here because it does feel like a playoff game here in this one.
And you're under Braves. Here's a trend for you. The Braves 13-0 to the under their last 13 at home versus the NL East. So 13 straight home unders versus the NL East for the Braves.
That's pretty strong there. Pretty strong number.
Big strong trend of the under tonight.
Absolutely. All right, so let's turn our attention to this NFL. Another doubleheader. Remember that there's no bye week, so they can fill in this doubleheader. And we'll start it off here with Titans and Dolphins, Seahawks and Lions. We start with Rod.
Yeah, you look at this. Both these games. We'll start with Tennessee taking on Miami. Oof, this will be ugly fest. These are the two worst teams in the NFL. You might as well really near the bottom of the pack. So this might be a homer play, but it's still Lev Ass on the other side, and he loves to make mistakes and turn the ball over. And I think with Hundley in the backfield, there's a prop play. I think they think that Huntley's going to go out and run because they got his rushing yards at 31, 32 in spots. That's a little high against this Tennessee Titans defense. This Tennessee Titans defense is still pretty solid against the run, and I know what the Dolphins want to do is you want to hand it to A-Chain and let him run and maybe get Hill on a little bit of dink and dunk passes running to the outside to try to get your playmakers the ball to run it. But how's that going to work against this Tennessee defense? That it's solid. It's the offense on the Tennessee that is awful. Will Levis is always putting them in bad situations, turning it over. So I lead to an under, but I'm going to be a homer. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think they can move their offense enough to win by a field goal late. I'll take it. Give me the Dolphins minus the 2.5 here in this one tonight. And the Detroit taking on Seattle. You look at Seattle, and they're pretty beat up. Their defense is definitely dealing with some issues, dealing with injuries on that back end. And then the biggest thing here is you look for me in this game is who did Seattle beat? They beat the beat up Dolphins. The three teams that they have beat have not been great. So everybody's looking and going, ooh, Seattle's 3-0. They're rolling right along. They're looking pretty good. Well, who did you beat? You beat the Dolphins. Congratulations. With Skylar Thompson in the backfield. Yikes. You beat the Patriots 23-20. And then you beat the Broncos in that week 1 where the Broncos were looking pretty ugly. So you beat Knicks, Skylar Thompson, and Jacoby. So I don't take so much home as in this. And you look at the other side. Seattle has beat Detroit 6 straight. I'm going to take Detroit here. This seems like one of those spots that Detroit at home, solid play. Give me Detroit. Lay it. I think they win by a touchdown plus.
They're from Rob. We move over to Bo.
All right, in this Miami game, I'm going to look at a player prop. Gave it out earlier. This running back for Tennessee. I think his name is Toddy Spears. He's only had 12 carries for the season. They're really running totally probably a lot, about 75%. He's not eclipsed over 21 yards. None is in the first 3 games. So Miami defense is, it's looking good. They play pretty tough against Seattle. I think he have a lower score when it comes to his run prop. So I like him under 26.5 rushing yards. It's a little juice at minus 120, but I think it's gonna cash. And for the Seattle game, I know a lot of the games we're going over the total, but I'm a bucket. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take the under. You can get it at 46.5. Some books got it at 47. Both these team defense has been okay. You know what I'm saying? Detroit only getting up 17 points. Seattle giving up 14. And I think we'll see, a little running out. And the thing about Detroit, they've been running the ball, getting long drives. Then they've been putting touchdowns on the board. I think we'll see another situation like that tonight. So I think we'll see an under cash in this one.
Yeah, from Bo, I'll tell you what I think about these games. I'm looking dogs in both of them here. Tennessee does have a significant injury advantage here. Looking at the child injury scores, that margin is by 13, considerable. We know 2 is out, 2 is out. We know that Skylar Thompson's questionable. It's tough, Huntley, man, to come in here knowing that the defense knows you're probably going to run and spent your time in Baltimore's, taxi squad. You were there for preseason. It's a tough spot here just to go and just get under center and run this. What do you think the receiver, the chemistry with the receivers are? I think it's very tough here in this spot that he's put into. I know they don't want to use Boyle. That's really the other option there. So getting points here with Tennessee just looks too good. I know Levis is made to look like an ass out there, but I think at some point he's going to correct himself. I think this may be the spot here. Tennessee's getting the production from the running game, 4.7 yards a carry. They've been strong defending the pass this year. And remember, Huntley's going to get no help from a run game that's generating just 3.7 yards a carry. And also defensively, Dolphins give him 4.5 yards a run. Really poor pass defense, giving up 69% completions, 7.4 yards per pass. Remember, the Tennessee passing numbers have been good. It's just Levis makes stupid mistakes at the wrong time. That's the problem. There isn't bad. Tennessee starters are healthy on offense. With Miami, it's not just a quarterback. Their left tackle's out, and look at their backups. Mostert out. I mean, a lot of their backup playmakers are hurt. On defense, a linebacker's doubtful. A corner's out. This Miami team. It's not just about the quarterback position. They have a lot of injuries on that team. So I'll look at the plus. I'll give me the healthy team over the injured one here. I'll take Tennessee plus, and you're getting points here in this one. There's no injury advantage on the other side. Remember that Detroit has some linebacker and some players on the injured reserve. They don't show up on the injury report. That's something you got to keep an eye on. Barnes is a key middle linebacker. He's out, and the middle linebacker and Nazoli missed practice with a hand injury. Kenneth Walker healthy here for Seattle. Seattle is getting a really good work out of their passing game. I know it was against the Broncos and weak competitions, but you're completing 3/4 of your passes. That's pretty impressive. And the defense has shown up well. Lions passing game, not much downfield right now, 6.6 yards per pass. I'll take the points. You get the hook even better if you can find 4.5 out there. The key here is you got a healthy Seattle offense operating against a banged up Lions defense. So I think Seattle can do enough. I wouldn't say put a money line, but I see enough to get a cover here. The line game plans 3, game plans 4. I would look for them in that spot. So I'll look at Seattle in that spot here against the Lions just to cover the spread. All right, we got you through these games. Well, now it's time to turn our attention to some parlay peripherals from the cappers here. We'll start with Rod.
And for me, we're gonna go with two unders. Take that game 1, Braves, Mets under the total, and then we're gonna go with the primetime under. Give me the Lions and Detroit, or Lions and Seattle under the total. Little two-teamer today. Two
unders there from Rod. We move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I like the Braves in that first game behind Spencer swollen back. Think they get it done, and I also think Detroit gonna get the win straight up. So I paired them up in the money line. I seen the stat where it say teams that are 3-0 and game number 4 they are 3-13. So I'm a fade Seattle. I think they keep it close by like Detroit to get the win, especially last year they got beat 37-34 in overtimes. Nice little revenge spot for them. So give me Detroit money line. In the first game, Braves money line partied up in a 2-team parlay.
All right, I'll go with a couple of 2-team parlay. 2-team parlay here. I like Tennessee and Miami under. Parlay that with game 1, Braves and Mets going under the totals. That's how I see it here today. All right, we got the peripherals, and let's see what the guys have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Heading to a big week here. NFL, college football, MLB playoff week here, guys. Good time to get that 7-day pass, no doubt. Let's ask Rod, who's had a great showing at Tony'sPicks.com. You see the results for 2024, 812 units of profit. There's also WNBA in the postseason mode as well. All right, Rob, what do you got for sale?
Yeah, and going over to Tony's Picks today, I've got one play in the MLB, early play, so definitely head on over and scoop that up. Basically call that my 10-star play of the day. And then I've got a 3-pack in tonight's NFL action, 2 sides in a total, so definitely head on over and scoop that up. Best way to go is to grab a long-term pass. Join me for the week. Loaded action. We've got MLB playoffs that kick off tomorrow. We've got lots of WNBA playoffs still rolling. College football's back on Friday, and then NFL next weekend. So grab that week pass. Join me. That way you don't miss on any late info play as well. So definitely jump aboard. Don't forget that Tony T code. Save 50% off all your purchases over at Tony's T's Picks. But join me for this week. I'm excited. Big week ahead. I've already been looking at college football numbers, and I've already seen 4 that I'm about to put in. So definitely jump aboard. I can't wait. Big week ahead.
Big week ahead from college football. Do we start tomorrow with Conference USA again? Let me check the schedule. I thought I was looking at tomorrow's schedule. I'm not sure. I think this time of the year, I think we get. Tomorrow? I think Conference. Thursday, what do we got?
Thursday,
here?
We're back.
Thursday, we're back. All right, Conference USA
Thursday,
back. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So they used to give us those Tuesday games. What happened?
Right? Maybe they're still coming. Maybe the MAC. Usually the MAC early, right? Usually the MAC, you get some MACtion early on Tuesday.
Looks like they pushed Conference USA to Thursday this year. That's what I'm seeing here. It's a lot of Sam Houston, UTEP, Jacksonville State, Kennesaw.
Following week, October 8th. October 8th, Tuesday, we get Florida International versus Liberty on October 8th of Tuesday next week. And then you get a game on Wednesday, October 9th. We get New Mexico, Jacksonville State. So the following week coming up, we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday football. So, yeah, loaded.
Yeah. All right, we're loaded there. So it starts next week.
Next week starts the Tuesday games.
Conference USA Tuesday games.
Yeah,
there we go.
Next week starts the Conference Tuesday games. Yep.
There you go, guys. So we'll get on board there with Rod. You see the great performances, get that 7-day pass. Perfect way to go with Rod. All right, let's keep an eye on here. Bo, who's put together really good numbers here from the W. All right, Bo, what do you got going over at Tony's Picks here for the Monday card?
Yeah, today, man, I got a 3-pack. I already up and loaded. And my best bet is going to be in that Tennessee-Miami game on the side. That's my $19 one. So you can always say that 15% by using code Tony T. But like we say, guys, you know what I'm saying, the best thing to do is get something long-term. That way you get everything put out plus some late steam plays, which I put in a couple here every day, guys. So get something long-term, get that week. We got multiple sports about to start up, man. This a great time if you love betting on sports, man, to get something long term. Go ahead and go to Tony'sPay.com and scoop them up today. Let's get this money.
Let's get this money indeed. Get on board with Bo. Remember the promo code Tony T at checkout will save you that 15% off. And now with this, all these sports overlapping, no better time now than to go ahead and get on board with that 7-day pass. I've got best bet from the NFL up on the board. You may consider the 7-day pass with all these sports overlapping: MLB playoffs, NFL, college football. We got Thursday college football this week. Next week we're in this full swing with Conference USA. You get the 1-month pass for coverage for most of the baseball playoffs with that 1-month pass. And we get you started here with that 30-day pass. Guess what you get there? We get you started with the NHL and the NBA when you get that 1-month all sports pass. NBA, I think it's media week this week. So you're going to see a lot of media clips of these guys interviewed and, taking their poses for their pictures with some of them in their new uniforms, new coaches for the Lakers. You already talked to the media yesterday, but the players are coming in this week. So it's media days in the NBA. The drama begins. But before we let you guys go, I just want to get your thoughts on this big trade with Cat going to the Knicks. Rod, what do you think?
Well, I didn't expect to see that coming, going to the Knicks. I don't know. I think people are all like, I've seen people on the Timberwolves side going, "Oh, what? Why do we do that?" I kind of like what you did. You trade one guy, you get a couple more depth pieces back. I like what Minnesota did there. I think they made out as the Bandits. I don't think that's going to help. What I read from everybody going, that's going to make your team worse. I don't think so. I think it's going to make Minnesota a little better. I think New York got taken to the woodshed in that deal there.
That's
I do.
Right.
I think you lost too many pieces for what you got back. Yeah. I think Minnesota turns out better, and they still have a solid season.
All right, there from Rod on the trade. Your thoughts here? Cat going to the Knicks and Randall and going over to the Timberwolves.
I like it, man. Cat has been dealing with a lot of injuries, so I think it's pretty good they offloaded him. Anthony Edwards, man, he looking like he can be the future for that team. So I like the trade, man. I think Julius Randle gonna make a good addition to that squad. It's gonna be a bet on team for me, man. So I like the way Anthony Edwards look. Think he gonna just get better and better. So I like the trade.
Yeah, I think the trade. I know Cat. There was issue with Cat there with Minnesota. He's been there a while, so maybe they need. We'll see. We'll see how that chemistry works with Randall. Randall just solid around the boards, can get to the hole. We'll see how this works out here as the NBA media day starts. Yeah,
it works out good.
Works out good for both. You like it on both sides there for the Knicks. The Knicks need to make some moves. New York, they want you to make a move, whether it's good or bad. They just want moves. They just want
moves. Yeah. That's why they're always making moves. You see it. They're always moving people around, and the fans are still excited.
Yeah, that's a tough city to play for, man.
Yeah,
pressure. Lots of pressure on playing in a big market city on any athlete having to go play in a big market. Even NBA, any sport, playing in a big market city, always lots of pressure.
Yeah, it's an impatient city. They always want moves being made. They don't understand the value of continuity. Look at the Nuggets. They keep their guys together, but in New York, they always feel, well, we can't get the chip. Then we got to make all these moves, and sometimes you make bad ones. And so that'll roll. All right. Before we lock this, tomorrow we're back again. We're here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time with the Tony Speaks Morning Show. We'll have baseball playoffs, and we'll have that's what we have. W is back tomorrow. That's right. So we'll have
W's back tomorrow.
W's back tomorrow. Come on, Conference USA. We need you to start this week in college football. Why did you have to wait that week? All right, Roddy, closing thoughts before we go, guys.
Yeah, for closing thoughts for me, I'm going to go with some props here as well. I'm going to give you a couple props. I like Jamari Gibbs of Detroit to have a big game here. I'm going to go with his over rushing attempts. I believe it's at 11.5 is where I got that at. I think they use him heavily in this game, does Detroit, over his rushing yards. And then I like him to score the first touchdown. Gibbs, the first touchdown for Detroit.
It's first touchdown for Detroit. We go on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, just want to ask everybody, man, make sure to subscribe, guys. I will be starting my NFL starts today. So if you want to get them early lines, man, make sure to go there, subscribe. We'll always appreciate you for your support, people.
Let's try to get those videos from Bo. I know, Rod, you work hard on those videos as well, WNBA playoffs and more.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be shooting the WNBA. Three of us today are going to do the WNBA. Bo, Ron, and me. So definitely look for those videos coming later tonight for those action tomorrow. So definitely looking forward to doing those today on the WNBA. And anymore, I'll probably throw up a couple more during the week as well. So definitely
That's
make sure you're subscribed, that way you don't miss out on any of the content that gets dropped. Lots of it over here at Tony's Picks.
Lots of content dropped. I saw a parlay on Sunday, NFL Sunday from Rod up there as well. So you get a lot of these little bonus videos from Rod as well as WNB and more. Thanks for everybody for joining us today. That's going to do it for the show. We're going to wait goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning Monday. We're back here tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern here on Tony's Picks Morning Show.
Hey, peace.